Group 7 is a lie. Group 7 is a lie. Here's the thing. I know that a lot of people saw the Group 7 video. I saw the original Group 7 video. Okay. But how is it that every celebrity and influencer under the sun all of a sudden is also Group 7? How is that? Like, that's not possible. It's not possible. Okay. And I feel like a lot of you are lying about being Group 7. I'm convinced to my bones that a lot of you are lying about being Group 7, because what do you mean? What do you mean every famous person under the sun is all of a sudden Group 7? What do you mean by that? That doesn't even make sense. All of a sudden, Group 7 is being used as a marketing trick. Okay, everyone's trying to be relatable and relate to those people who are in Group 7, but we know, we the ordinary know that you're not in Group 7. Like, what do you mean? All of a sudden, it's like Kim Kardashian's in Group 7. Like, what? It is really interesting because this is an algorithmic experiment, but I feel like this is quite an interesting social experiment as well. Obviously, I'm not a psychologist, okay? I don't think that needs to be said, but I do think that there must be a really interesting psychology about people wanting to all be in Group 7. It's really giving like everyone's a Gryffindor. No one wants to be a Slytherin. And what I mean by this is I feel like this is a really good insight into human behavior, like social psychology, if you will. And again, I am not a social psychologist. So, like, I don't know any of the science, okay? But we all do know, generally speaking, that humans are known to be people who need interaction. They need to be grouped. They need to be in like a community. As humans, that is how we thrive. Particularly in this day and age when you've seen a rise in loneliness, not just in men, but across the board. A lot of that comes from a lack of community building. Like the people who are like statistically the happiest are people who generally have like a village behind them, if you will. And I wonder if our desire to be in Group 7 has to do with this aspect of community. However, it's really interesting because it's on the internet. Also, it's really interesting because like everyone wants to be in the cool group. There's also something to be said about like celebrities and influencers wanting to seem like the everyman and all be in Group 7 as well, wanting to seem ordinary. I would love to talk about this with a psychologist, like a social psychologist, if possible. Because honestly, I'm feeling rather skeptical that like every single famous person ever all of a sudden is also in Group 7. Because everyone's just looking for a sense of community. Which quite frankly is like why I really like TikTok. I really like TikTok because you can build out a sense of community and find people who are like-minded, whether they are like in the country you're in or halfway across the world. Is Group 7 that similar thing? Again, I know that it was like a marketing experiment, an algorithmic experiment to see like how things land on people's pages. But I do think that it says something really interesting about our society and our mindset at the moment with social media that we are all trying to be in Group 7. But seriously, we need to cut the BS, okay? Not everyone's in Group 7. And that's okay. Okay, some people have to be Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws. Also, if anyone's wondering, I'm Group 7 and Team Blue.